to the 1991 Goldpin Coca Cola Classic. This is the first of the stepladder finals. Game one, Jeanette Baker up against Billy Gardiner. And Billy Gardiner advanced to the stepladder final with wins over Harold Fryer in round one and Andrew Drew in the second round. Jeanette Baker with wins over Andrew Frawley in round one and Sue Castle in round two. And it's Billy Gardiner first up on lane 14. Joining me in the commentary team is Terry Winband and our guest from America, Dave Davis. The first shot in this game one of the stepladder final. And the crowd really starting to get pumped up, Terry. This should be an exciting encounter.
Well, you know, Billy's come off a 234 game. He's pumped up. He throws a big shot. It's going to be interesting to see how he performs against Jeanette. She's a very determined player. You'll see here, Billy throws the ball out. Doesn't get it wide enough. He's just got to go back and pick up his spare.
Let's see if he can execute that. He has had a couple of big wins and is capable of scoring high. Nice start from the young man. 18 years of age and only seeded 16th, but is through to the last six. So a great effort. And Jeanette Baker, a two times World Cup winner in 83 and 82, the South Pacific Classic in 75, 82, 83, and the Hornsby Open in 83 and 89. Member of state teams and an Australian representative on numerous occasions. Her first shot in game one of the stepladder final. Goes Brooklyn. Never mind. 8 pins down. And Dave, you've seen both of these players. Should be an interesting match.
Well, the interesting part of this match is that Billy throws such a power ball. And Jeanette has that gorgeous swing, you know, that beautiful straight swing, nice easy stroke. So you've got two really contrasting styles here.
Let's see if she can close up the first frame. Remembering Billy Gardiner had 7 spare. Let's see what Jeanette can do. Almost lost that one completely, Dave.
Well, yes. When you get out here on the first few boards of the lane, especially the first 4 or 5 boards, as Terry's seen this week so far, that there's a little bit of oil out there. The ball tends to hook a lot in the middle and less as it goes out, so that ball just slid past.
Right. Let's see what she can do on lane 14. Still wide of the target that time.
Well, Dave, what do you think? She's changed balls there. They've oiled just before she started. It's a lot different than the last match.
Yes, it certainly is, Terry. I played very, very poorly a while back on this pair of lanes. Just a little bit too much hook for me. And Jeanette's trying to use balls that go much straighter, and I think that's a wise move for her. I don't think her game is set up to throw the big hook.
Well executed spare, that one. That's a lot harder than it looks from the commentary team and from at home.
Definitely is. You know, what she wanted to do there was just pick up a spare. She's opened the first frame. We'll see here. Throws the ball out. This also might help her a bit too, because it might give her some idea how to get into the pocket. You'll see there. You'll see this great shot of the ball coming down, hitting the pins. That's great camera work. Here's
Billy Gardiner, an 18-year-old from Sydney. He's won the Newcastle Cup, the Melbourne Cup, third in the Brisbane Cup this year. Great campaigner. Plenty of work on the ball. Searching for that elusive strike in this, the first game of the stepladder finals of the Goldpin Coca Cola Classic for 1991. And Dave, it is an exciting style, the one that Billy Gardiner has.
Yeah, Billy has that win at all costs style. You know, he just is going to rev it up, let it go to the right, and just slash the pins as hard as he can. Terrific swing also.
Safely converts the spare, so he closes both his early frames. And coming into this match, Billy Gardiner was averaging 192.4 in the tough conditions, and Jeanette Baker not that far behind, 190.2. And just 18 years of age, whereas Jeanette has been bowling for 20 years, Billy 14, so he started at a ripe old age of 4. Not many of us were at school by then, but he was certainly bowling.
Well, you know, Jeanette's been bowling longer than he's been alive.
Interesting point.
Yeah, you would think that, you know, at 18 years of age, he wouldn't have much experience, but he has a lot of experience.
Difficult task for him now. The crowd enjoying this, relishing the finals here. Let's have a look at this one again. All stayed wide of target.
Well, Chris, you know, this is the problem with the big turner of the ball. The guys like to whack it, get it right. If it doesn't come back, it comes back at such an acute angle, just lose a mess.
He certainly winds up. There's a lot of force behind that shot.
Yeah, that's a very difficult spare, Chris. You know, it just, there's 2 ways to shoot it and make it, and maybe 10 ways to miss it. So the odds are very, very poor on making that spare.
Now let's see what this 2 times World Cup champion can do. 82 and 83, she won those. Goes Brooklyn. She'll take them. And it's been a shot that has worked successfully for a few bowlers this tournament, going Brooklyn.
Well, as we've seen in the past shows, the Brooklyn's been really the deciding difference between the winning and losing of the games. You'll see Jeanette here puts it. She gets the backhand break that she was looking for. Gives her the strike. She'll take 10. And right now, she's 7 in front.
We watch that shot again, going across the head pin. 3 pins in front as Jeanette Baker will take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sport. Back with the last 7. Richlands Bowl is the venue for the 1991 Goldpin Coca Cola Classic. This is Jeanette Baker. She is up against Billy Gardiner. We're 3 frames down, and Jeanette Baker holds a narrow 3-pin lead over that youngster from Sydney. And Baker will have to call on all her experience to get through this match. Let's see what she can do on lane 14. Went Brooklyn the shot before, but certainly that was flush in the pocket, Dave.
Well, yes, you know, she has the same little problem I had on this pair of lanes. The left-hand lane hooks excessively, and the right-hand lane is very playable, very nice, has a lot more oil on it. She's going to have to make that adjustment on the left lane. You can't count on those Brooklyns, can you, Terry?
Not at all. You know, as we all know, if you need to strike, you've got to be able to put it in the Brooklyn. Oh, sorry, the pocket. You can't rely on hitting the Brooklyn to get 10.
There was a lovely shot of the phantom ball, of course, Billy Gardiner, associated with Brunswick, as is my co-commentator Dave Davis. He is with the parent company in the United States. Billy, of course, with the company here in Australia. And it seems to be the fad at the moment, the phantom ball, Dave.
Yes, it is. It's one of the great bowling balls of all time right now. And Terry, you look at that shot, that almost looked like it was dead solid in the last 2 inches, just hooked right into the nose on him.
Well, this is the problem that we have over here, Dave, with these urethane balls and the dryish back ends, that the ball just tends to just keep jumping and jumping. What you end up with out here is a lot of cold 9 pins, and you just cut the heart out of a lot of pins.
Safely spares it up, and the crowd enjoying this encounter between a young up-and-coming star of the game. Let's have a look at that shot again.
Terry, let's see what kind of adjustment she's going to make here. I'm not, you know, that familiar with your conditioning here. Was when the lanes hook early, what are the adjustments the Australian bowlers make?
Really, probably what she's going to do is she'll probably move maybe a board left and try and get better extension through the ball to get the ball through the head area to get it down the line. Well, Dave, as you could see there, she really went for it. She got down a bit lower to get the ball through the head area and extended right through it to catch it, but just sent it too far right, and it just kept on sailing by.
Yeah, it was an excellent shot. You're right. I think you said exactly what she was going to do, and just maybe a hair too much speed just sailed the ball past, didn't give it the chance to roll.
Well, this is the problem. A lot of players out here are tending to, they all arm the ball. And when they want to get through the ball and lift it harder, they also put more speed on the ball.
That's a good spare. Never in doubt, that one.
That's one of the great arm swings of all time for lady bowlers, you know, well, I shouldn't say lady bowlers, but men and lady bowlers. Jeanette's just got an absolutely perfectly straight arm swing. Her shoulders stay square. Look at that swing go through. Beautiful shot.
Is that the textbook style recommended for those who are at home looking to learn?
I mean, that's why she's won all those international titles. That's why she's won all the titles here in Australia. You just don't become player of the year that many times without having a great style.
Let's see what you can do here. Chasing a strike. Ooh. Almost a nasty split, but a bit of luck goes her way.
Well, the ball's travelling a little bit further down the lane on that right-hand lane. As Dave said, the ball doesn't seem to be finishing on that lane. As she comes up, hits the head pin light. That's a bread and butter shot, but nothing seemed to carry the 5. She didn't have the ball rolling as it went into the pins, and therefore lose the 5 pin. You'll see here, just not rolling enough to get enough work onto the pins. Lose the 5.
Terry, you're right. The last 8 or 10 or 15 feet, depending upon the condition, that ball has to be rolling, and it just like that. You can see as she softened that speed there a little bit, Chris, and got it into a roll.
And safely picked up the spare to close the frame. Takes a rest. We look at the action. Lovely smooth delivery. Never in doubt, flush on the pin.
Beautiful swing. I mean, she has got a great game. Her body positioning is really good. Her knees are in just flexed just exactly right. Beautiful game.
Now, a game of contrasts. We watch Billy Gardiner, just 18 years of age. Power game. Still quite hasn't found that target yet.
No, Chris, he's going to change balls that time. He's going to a duller ball, the Blue Phantom. And he just can't seem to get lined up at all. He's bowling inside. Maybe could try moving closer to the gutter and pointing the ball, play more down the lane. But at the moment, he's a bit lost. He's already opened 2 frames, and it doesn't look good for this one.
This could be the turning point in the match here. Another open frame could be curtains. Dear me.
We can see how much the center of that lane hooks in comparison to the right-hand side. That ball, I mean, he played what he thought was the right shot, and it just took off on him, and that's something he was going to be unaware of.
Watch again, and that ball just kept going. Never ever going to straighten. We'll take a break here as Billy Gardiner tries to work out his game. 6 frames down, and he trails Jeanette Baker by 41 pins. Gardiner, he'd like to return the wave with a few strikes and compliment the crowd. He's in trouble at the moment against one of the all-time greats of Australian bowling, Jeanette Baker. The crowd's starting to get vocal here. They'd like to see this one go down to the wire, but Billy really needs to find his target and get a string of strikes together. Let's see if he can do it. Almost again a dreadful split for him.
Well, he's in all sorts of trouble at this stage. He just doesn't seem to be able to get settled. He's trying to another ball. He still hasn't tried moving further to the right. You see there, he slowed the ball up a bit, trying to get the ball to react. But unfortunately, he seems to be, with his equipment, not seem to be set up properly. One ball hooks too much, and he has nothing in the middle. He just seems to go from a super straight ball to a ball that hooks a real lot in the back end, and he doesn't have a ball for the softer shot that he needs to get in between.
Safely spares it up. This is his opponent, Jeanette Baker. Now Baker, can she find the target? Representing the Bundamba Bowl. Of course, she bowls in Adelaide.
Well, Chris, as we've seen many, many times before during these television matches over a few years, the people, they get out in front, you take a seat on the bench, and all of a sudden you can go from being 20 behind to 10 in front. Down to the ball.
We have seen dramatic changes in matches, and Dave, this one's certainly starting to swing again.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why Jeanette did this. She knows that the right-hand lane's a little tighter. Obviously, the easier spares are when you come short to the head pin, as Terry can tell you. And when you have a 40-pin lead, it's no time to be flirting, throwing the ball up on the nose, looking for the 4, 6, 10s, and so on and so forth. I think Jeanette needs to rethink what she just did there, don't you, Terry?
Yeah, I think she needs to take a different approach. She's got to play the ball just more in the pocket and let Billy do the work.
Gee, he mixes them up. It's a wonderful shot to watch when they mix up in the pit.
They explode.
That's what he loves to do. You know, as I said, I bowl with him every week, and he just loves to hit the head pin and watch the head pin come back across and take out the 10. He just loves to mix up the pins. You see how he's changed balls. This might be the change that he needs. That ball seemed to hold in the pocket and get there.
And closes the frame. He needed to do that. We're getting down to the business end of this match. Of course, the winner moves on to play Jamie Gore in the second match of the Stepladder final. And the loser bows out with $800, compliments of Coca-Cola and Goldpin. Of course, just to tell you a bit about Goldpin, it is an association formed here in Queensland to promote 10-pin bowling throughout Queensland and Australia. And though Billy Gardiner is from Sydney, he is representing Paradise Lanes, one of the centres in the association. Let's see what he can do here. Yes, looks much, much better. A great shot from Gardiner. And the crowd appreciating the work that he's done.
You'll see here with this pearlised ball, he's gone up there, the ball's held into the pocket, it came back, it's just sat up in the pocket and gone straight in. That was the shot he was looking for.
You realise that was a crucial shot as we wait now for Baker. Looking to reply with a strike, but yet to get it.
Well, Dave, that's what she should have done a couple of frames ago, is just keep it in the pocket, let Billy do all the work. She was 40 pins in front. He really had to go take it off the sheet. But
well, she gave him the opportunity, Terry. 40 pins in front to 15 in 2 shots.
That's right.
There's a lot to lose, and I like what she just did there. Stayed much firmer, kept the ball straighter, and just keep it in the pocket, as you said.
Now needs to close the frame.
Needs to hook.
Does. Well,
on that lane, not a problem.
Well, as we've seen, everything seems to go left when you get it on the left side, so that was a good spare.
The players take a break as we have a look at the shot of Baker's. It needed to hook, and it did, just in time. Clean on the pin, and we'll take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sport. Jeanette Baker leading Billy Gardiner by 15 pins. The last frame coming up shortly. Welcome back to Richlands Bowl. This is Jeanette Baker. She currently leads Billy Gardiner. We have one frame to go.
This is going to be pretty nerve-wracking. All she needs to do here is get a 9 spare to win.
Let's see what she can do. Lane 14 she's bowling on.
Oh, on the over, do that.
Dear. See, she has fallen apart in the last couple of shots.
Yeah, that's the one disadvantage of sitting through a little bit of a break there, is that her hand just, you know, you have that 2-minute break there, whatever it is, and all of a sudden your hand swells a little bit. That ball did not come off Terry at all. That ball was 15 feet in the air.
Yeah, it just hung up on her hand. You know, she was probably so determined to throw it. Maybe she didn't want to let it go. There's a lot of tension out there at the moment, but Dave's right. When you sit down for a couple of minutes, it's hard to get it going.
She has to make the spare.
Oh, yes. True class. Turns around. She hasn't been happy, but now the crowd getting behind her. She really did need to finish that one off.
She needs them all now. Her possibility is 162 with a strike, which would make Billy Gardiner get the first one and 9 spare for a tie. Definite possibility of a tie here.
Photo finish. We might need the camera to come out and sort this one. This is all important.
Big count there. Real big count. Now Billy needs strike 9 spare for a win by a pin.
And the young man, only 18 years of age, taking a deep breath, looking down. Very tense here. The crowd's starting to get a bit vocal.
Well, Chris, at this stage, it's pretty simple. He's in a must-strike situation. He has to strike to have a chance to win, and then he has to get 9. So it's all up to him now in this one shot. Everything he's done up to date is just one shot, rides on it all.
That's the beauty of this game.
Come on.
Oh, dear.
Go.
Oh, dear. He's starting to get that pumped-up look. I'd be worried if I was Jeanette and sitting down waiting for him.
Well, yeah, it's a very sinking feeling, thinking that you had somebody down by 41 pins with 4 frames to go. All you need to do is spare it out, and just made a few mental errors, and bingo, there he is. But he still needs 9. Not easy.
Let's see if his concentration can hold up, his form can hold up. Very tense here.
His wife's not holding up.
No, she's not holding up at all of this at all, is she?
She's not even going to look. I think the crowd will tell us what's happening here.
Not a quality shot, but a quality result, so that's all you need. There's your winner.
Unbelievable. Talk about the one that got away. We look at that shot again. Flush on the head pin, and lucky to get a 9 count.
Well, it wasn't a great shot, but it's enough. He'll just go through the motion. Well,
Wins by a pin.
wins by 1, and 1's as good as 100.
And a gutter ball to finish off with, but it's still a win. What a tense tussle this was. Billy Gardiner advances to the second game of the Stepladder final in the 1991 Goldpin Coca Cola.